All right, Shalom. First, let's start by saying all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that stood in truth and sincerity. Now, this is a lesson on the major earthquake that strikes Turkish coast and Greek islands. But not only did this earthquake happen, there was a tsunami afterwards. And, I think they said the most deaths was around 7, and another clip said 19, but, they're not going to never tell us the full deaths. But hundreds of people were injured, so I'm going to play this clip.
A major earthquake has struck off the coast of Turkey, north of the Greek island of Samos. At least 19 people are dead, and more than 700 were injured when buildings collapsed in the Turkish city of Izmir, and the quake was felt from Athens to Istanbul, from where Orla Guerin reports.
Amateur video captured the awful power of the quake. This multi-story building disintegrated into dust. On the streets of Izmir, there was fear and panic.
I saw people crying, trying to reach out to their loved ones. Everyone was shocked, and it was a very chaotic moment.
About 20 buildings were brought down. The quake was felt as far away as Istanbul and Athens. Turkey is crisscrossed by active fault lines, the danger always lying beneath. Rescuers picked their way carefully through the rubble, here finding a survivor and gently cradling his head. The man was brought out alive, like dozens of others. And for some emotional reunions, social distancing swept away by the chaos and the relief.
That's how you know a lot of people died, because they got 20 buildings that came down. And a lot of them, from what I've been watching, look just like that tall building. But I'm going to start with this Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, earthquake and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." And all of this is going on in this world right now. As you can see, the earthquake is happening right now. It says all these are the beginnings of sorrows, right? Because it's only going to get worse.
Izmir bore the brunt of this earthquake, but 2 teenagers died in the Greek islands. And in the midst of loss, there's been a rare display of solidarity between 2 nations that are deeply divided. Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan thanked Greece for offering its help and said Turkey was standing with its neighbor in difficult times. This is a glimpse of one mother's terror today. Selin Atesh sprints to the next room for her only child, 18-month-old Ilhan, asleep in his cot. She gets him away to safety. But danger also came surging from the Aegean, sea levels rising because of a mini tsunami, and there have been about 100 aftershocks. Tonight, the rescue effort is continuing, searching for life under layers of crushed concrete. In Turkey, there is grief and shock, and the gnawing fear of when the next big one is coming. Orla Guerin, BBC News, Istanbul.
A major earthquake has struck.
Right, so that's the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 19. It says, "As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him." 5, verse 18 says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end it is for you. The day of the Lord is darkness and not light." Right, man? Because the day of the Lord is going to be filled with destruction, man. And a lot of people that's thinking that they're going to make it are not going to make it, man. Are not going to be saved from the coming destruction. It's going to happen to America and other places that's in the world. But not only that, a lot of people are going to get put to death, during this destruction. And then when the Lord come back, a lot of people are going to get put to death. This verse 19. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Right. So, that's what's going on in this clip. Those that didn't die from the earthquake probably caught the coronavirus. And, that's just one clip of how them floods were looking. They probably didn't even mess with the news. They didn't even show the real brunt or the real tsunami that came in. Just a couple, just that little clip. Who knows how bad it was, man. But I'm going to read this again. It's Amos chapter 5, verse 19. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Right? So there ain't going to be no escaping the judgment that the Lord got lined up for you people, man. Because he eventually, all it's saying is that you're going to get got. That's all the scripture is saying. You can escape. You might escape the earthquake or the building collapse, but you won't escape the coronavirus. Some people probably got caught in that flood. You never know. Salakia, looking for this precept. The second Ezra chapter 8 verse 50, it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the later time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right? So the Lord is jacking this whole world up in these people that's in this world because of their pride. And there's a lot of wickedness going on across the whole world, man. From the false religions to the idol worship to the homosexuality, Salakia. This second Ezra chapter 9 verse 1, it said, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee, which the signs represents the prophecies, what's happening in this clip is prophecy, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And we know that the Lord is doing this, us that's in the know. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, and as you can see, this is a prophecy, an example, in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And this is just an example of the ending of this world, which all ending the world represents is the coming down of Esau's kingdom. So while Esau is coming down, the rest of these nations that's following Esau and his philosophies, they are coming down with him, and that's going to be the bringing in of the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be given to the blacks, lands, Native Americans, because through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, we're going to take over the world and rule these nations how it's supposed to be ruled in righteousness. So, that's just some short. With that being said, call Allah Yahweh Shemel Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.